So I want to talk a little bit about the importance of learning the basics, the fundamentals of the instrument. I consider those fundamentals to be tone, to be technique, an understanding of harmony, an understanding of how to get a good sound out of your horn, all these different things that I consider to be growing roots. For example, if you plant a tree in the ground and you plant a stick in the ground at the same time and you water both of them the same way, you come back in 6 months or a year and that tree is going to start to grow. Those roots are going to start to dig in. If there's no roots, like with the stick, it'll not only never grow, but it will decay. It will never get any bigger. It'll never have any life to it. So the importance of learning basics, to me, has a lot of different. There's a lot of different reasons for it. As you progress as a musician, you'll eventually get to a point where if you haven't worked on these things, you'll have to stop and go back and work on these things. So the idea of developing those roots is a lifelong process. You go from the sapling all the way eventually to the oak tree. And if you think about trying to pull out a tree that's got roots in the ground, those roots go much, much deeper into the ground than what you actually see up above. And that's where the strength is. So there's more below than really what's above. So when you're soloing, when you're playing music, that foundation has to be there. That has to have a real strength to it, and it has to be continually nurtured. So I think that working on tone, again, scales, different forms of technique, understanding how to arpeggiate through chords, meaning 1, 3, 5, and 7 of every major scale, every minor scale. These are things that are very, very important and basic to the fundamental understanding of how to get from point A to point Z and beyond. And I think it's very important to work on those things. I definitely recommend trying these at your next rehearsal, when you're warming up or working on stuff, or during your next practice session. Good luck.